I can't believe that you came into my life. You made me feel again, now it's my turn. You say you've always been a little bit shy, but I can put an end to your fears. Let me show you a place where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you spin? Don't let the doubt in you win. I know you feel it within, so go ahead and just spin. Yeah, spin for me. Won't you? I know it's hard for you to give it a try, but you are not.
So, hello everybody. My name is Chavius Brooks. A lot of you guys just know me as Chachi. I'm going to be doing the broadcast for this month. Just something quick, just a testimony for me because it's been a rough couple months. But you know, received some pretty good news as of late that kind of made me, realize what happens when I pray and just kind of put it in the Lord's hands. The topic tonight for me is just gonna be more so just how to keep my faith and trust and believe that everything will work out. When you put everything in His hands. A couple months back, I started a new job. It was pretty cool, actually. I was a government contractor. Ended up, finding about the job through a mutual friend, and it was good. The travel, I got to travel. I'm going to places I've never seen or never been to before, or only seen it on TV or movies. I was financially, I was blessed. It definitely allowed me to do things that I had hoped to do, and everything was fine at first. Which is crazy because some people, they put on a face that allows them to seem comfortable or trustworthy or just somebody that you can depend on. I met the guy I was working for through a mutual friend of mine who I had done some jobs before previously. And I'm out there, I'm working, and if you know me, I'm gonna work. That's without question. I'm gonna work. My hands are gonna be active at all times. So I'm working for the guy, and after the first time that I was supposed to receive my pay, it was delayed, which I understand. Things like that happen with HR and all the time. So I didn't really stress too much. But after a while, I'm working, like 2 months, receiving one paycheck per month, and I'm putting in 85, 90 hours a week sometimes, and I'm only getting paid, little next to nothing or what I was promised. But of course, when that happens, you have things back at home you have to take care of. And it got a little tough, especially now with everything that's going on. Oh my goodness. It got to a point to where I was stuck. You know, now I'm trying to push through it. You know, I'm just not the type of person that is gonna give up if something doesn't go the right way. But I'm trying to push through it, and it wasn't going. You know, I'm late on rent, car note, car insurance, phone, Georgia Power. Everything is just falling literally apart. And I'm thinking to myself like, man, there is just no way. But I will be honest though, after receiving, the financial gain and just the job, what it had, just what I was doing, just traveling and everything, I became arrogant. You could say, like, kind of cocky, to where it's like, yeah, I have the ability to do these things. And when things started going south, I just got to a point to where I was, I just kind of, instead of praying for, outcome, I tried to create one myself. And I think that's when I was humbled quick. So I began to pray a little harder, like I should have been doing from the jump, instead of trying to take matters into my own hands. Just when everything in life hits you at one time, where it's like you don't have a way out, you try to create one out, instead of going to a person who will literally give you the keys to anything to get you out of any situation that you're in. So, it got to a point to where I was facing evictions and car repossessed and everything. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't. There's just no way. I'm praying and I'm telling myself, like, God, there's just no way I have done literally everything. And what is going on right now? So I reached out to one of my good friends, and they were like, hey, look, you don't give up on it quite yet. Just give it a little while longer. So I told myself, okay, I'm gonna give it a little while longer. I'm in North Carolina at the time. I don't have any family up there. I got like 40 miles left in my tank, $6 to my name. There's no way I can get back home like this. So we were working with a bunch of guys who were working for somebody else, and they told us, they was like, yeah, man, we've seen you work. You got guys that are literally quitting on the job. You're picking up their slack. We've seen you work. We're gonna give a call to my boss. I said, okay, all right. I don't, all right. It's word of mouth, right? It's like, oh, let me help you out. A lot of times we'll do that. Like, yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. But a lot of times those people are saying that when you have your hand out asking for some side of help, they're nowhere to be found. So I said, okay, all right, you guys are saying that. So I went back to my room that night. I was like, all right, God, this is it. I need a sign. I need something, because this is getting to a point, I'm stuck. So I wake up next morning, I'm waiting on the call, like, wow, I've never received a call. Oh, my phone's off. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So I'm sitting up here, I'm panicking, like, I'm really stuck. My phone's not on, I don't have a way to get back home. So I'm at a point to where I'm getting upset. I'm getting angry, because now it's like, okay, I just don't know. And to be honest, yeah, I caught myself getting upset with the Lord too, because I thought I was doing it the right way, but even in the back of my mind, it was like, nah, I'm not praying like I should. I'm not praying as hard as I should. And so I began to, like, honestly, I broke down a little bit. It was tough, because, I just thought, like, I got left hanging. But just, in the midst of me just being upset and angry with myself, I get a knock on my door, and the guys who we were working with on that assignment, they was like, hey, my boss has been trying to call you. And here I am, like, what? And it was like, yeah, he's been trying to call you. I told him my phone was off and everything. And then at that moment, I was like, wow, here I am, jumping the gun, beating myself up. I believe there's somebody, I think it was it Judas or Judah? I'm not sure who it was, but he would always, he would punish himself before even God had a say so in anything, or even before God even tried to punish him. He would just be so hard on himself, and all you have to do is literally just wait. Wait on an answer, wait on a response, and I promise it to you, it'll be taken care of. So I get a call from the guy. He was like, hey, is this Chavius? I said, yes, sir, this is me. He said, my guys on a job site has been telling me what's going on. They say you're not getting paid. You're out there. You probably don't have family out there. So what we're going to do. It's like, I want you to come be a part of my team. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, cool. So, what do I need to do? He was like, honestly, you don't need to do anything. Your work speaks for itself. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get your contract signed over to me. I'm going to send you $1,300. I'm going to send you an additional $500 to travel and get back home. And then come Monday, I'm going to send you an additional, I think he said like $1,000 to get to Kansas for training on a new job site. So here I am freaking out, just upset about everything. I'm punching the air. I'm like, man, there's just no way I'm going to go out like this. Just no way. And all I had to do was just wait on the answer. So I'm working for the new guy. It's great. The money is where it's supposed to be. I'm traveling, I'm being taken care of. And well, here I go again. Like most of us do, when we get the answer we need, we kind of stray away from how we got that answer. So I wasn't praying like I was supposed to be praying. I get back to square one, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm praying, but it's not like a thank you, for doing what you, providing for me. It's more so, thank you for waking me up this morning. Okay, I'm finna go on my day, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, so here I am again, back to square one. I get injured at work. I'm sitting on the sideline for like 2 weeks, right? This is around the time Christmas is here and, people's birthdays. And I'm sitting up here thinking I'm about to ball out. I'm finna splurge, on all my families and my friends. And, God handled the plans. I began to go back into the worldly side of things, and where it's just, I became complacent, I became comfortable and just like, yeah, I'm fine now, I get injured, I'm sitting on the job, I'm just, okay, I can get back to work. Well, I get back to work just to find out that the assignment that we were on at the time had ended. So not only was I out of work for 2-3 weeks, I get back to work and the assignment was done. So I'm sitting up here and I'm like, okay, now I really don't know, how I'm gonna, get everything taken care of. And on top of that, made matters worse, I caught COVID. So I'm out again. I really can't find a job because I'm on the couch, all these terrible symptoms. And I'm just like, man, this is, okay, God, you've definitely humbled me twice now. And for some reason, I'm still just as stubborn as I want to be and stuck in my ways and just not allowing you to be who you are. So yeah, I caught COVID. I'm at the house. And man, it's getting to a point, I wake up one morning and my power is off. So I said, okay, all right. So I gotta try to figure out how I'm gonna get this taken care of. My leasing office, they left me a note on the door, say, hey, January's rent is past due. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it. Don't worry about it. Next thing I know, February is creeping up. I go up to my leasing office. I'm trying to explain to them everything that's going on. And they were like, hey, look, February is coming up. We got new management, evictions are happening again. So now here I am, thinking, okay, my power's off. I'm facing eviction. Now I'm really stuck. I don't have a way out. I've been talking to my boss. He was saying that, hey, you're going to go here. You're supposed to go to Chicago. Okay, cool. I'm waiting on my orders for Chicago. He called me back. Chicago got canceled. Okay, so now, call him again. Hey, you got orders for New York? Okay, cool. Great. New York, the Big Apple. Who wouldn't want to go? Well, New York got canceled too. So now I'm like, okay, all right. Now keep in mind, in the midst of this, I'm not praying at all. I'm so caught up in trying to fix everything myself, which is crazy because a lot of times I feel like we do pray. We pray for an answer, but we still go try and fix it ourselves instead of just, I was praying, oh God, I'm gonna give it to you, but I'm still gonna I'm still gonna try to get this thing figured out by myself. And it's like, nah, that's not how that works. I'm pretty God was having a conversation. Either you're gonna give it to me or you're gonna take care of it yourself. And we've seen what happens when you try to take care of it yourself. It don't go the way you want it to go. I said, okay. All right. So I go to my leasing office and she can tell like I'm just sick. And she was like, hey, well, have you heard of Must Ministries? I had no idea who these people were. It turns out they're a huge organization who helps, family who's been affected, just financially and everything from COVID. And I was thinking to myself, well, I hadn't been anywhere, I haven't done anything, and all of a sudden I have COVID. So I reached out to this lady, wonderful lady. Actually, I'm gonna give a shout out to her, and I'm gonna try to get her on the Inspire team. Great, wonderful lady. Her name is Miss Nikita. She had been working with me from the jump. She heard my situation. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna get you everything. So at the time, I had to go live with my brother because my power was out and everything. So I get a good friend of mine, which is crazy because I lost a lot of friends who I thought were, the A1s, right? The people who had been with me from the beginning. I lost a lot of those because they were calling me, needing, help and advice from me. And I'm telling them I'm in a position right now. I can't do anything for you, So those same people, who I was kind of doing for a lot, nowhere to be found, and me being the person I am, I do not ask for anything. I promise to you. So I'm going back, reaching out to help for them, and I lost maybe like 10 people, but the people that I gained, the good solid 3. So I had a good buddy of mine. He was like, "Hey man, I haven't heard from you in a while. What's going on?" I tried to lighten the situation up as much as I could by not telling him, I'm just kind of down right now. So he said, okay. He was like, well, he's like, I tried to invite you, we was going to play a game together online. He was like, I don't see you. He said, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm not even at home right now. My power's out. He was like, what? I said, yeah. I said, dude, I'm at my brother's house right now. He was like, yeah, man, your power out. I was like, yeah. So he said, well, how much is it? And I told him, I said, bro, I can't do that. I can't ask you for it. He said, hey, look, which is crazy because a couple months back, he ended up not having a place to stay. So he ended up staying with me for about a good 4 or 5 months. So he texted me. He said, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't care about none of that. He said, that's my home too. He said, you send me your login for your Georgia Power. I'll pay your Georgia Power bill for you. And I said, nah, you're playing. There's no way. He was like, yeah. So he said, well, I'll pay half of it and you cover the rest. He said, how much is it? And I told him. And I gave him the login. Next thing you know, I get a receipt saying, hey, your Georgia Power bill has been paid up in full. Your services will be started tomorrow. And I called him. I just told him, I appreciate it because there's, I have close friends, family who, try reaching out and I just got nothing, but he told me, he literally texted me and said, yeah, bro, nah, that's my crib too. You gave me a place and you've been looking out for me since I met you. So nah, I'm going to pay it. So, that's a relief. I got power, but I still got other mountains, I got evictions. So, I get a call from Miss Nikita maybe like a week later. 2 weeks ago, actually. She goes and tells me, she says, hey, I reached out to the people. They're going to not only pay for January and February's rent, they're going to pay up until July. And I would just have to cover, which is crazy, I would just have to cover July and August, but my lease is up in August. So they've literally paid all the way up to, I just have 1 month's rent to pay. On top of that, they've paid up to 3 or 4 months on my Georgia Power bill too. So I got that message and I broke down. Honestly, that's something that was just like when I prayed that night. I said, I don't even know how many times I can say thank you before that was crazy to me. I had never experienced anything like that. Man, I tell you, the long nights of I hadn't slept. But I tell you, when I got that news, the nap I took that day was powerful. I maybe slept for 11 hours straight, knocked out, dead to the world. But yeah, that was something, man. And I never shown anybody, anything that I was going through. I try to keep a smile because, a lot of the people who were in my inner circle, they know, like, for one, I won't ask for anything. For two, like, I will never show you anything that's what's going on. But crazy, that whole time, a lot of people who actually showed me, who my true friends were, they was telling me, like, yeah, we knew something was up, but we couldn't figure it out because, you're always so up. You're just a ball of energy that's always just going around and doing for others and help people out. And we knew something was going on, but we just couldn't put our finger on it. But I mean, yeah, that time, before finding out the good news, it was just a bunch of, I'm not gonna lie, just questioning the Lord's ability to pull, people out of tough situations. And it was a lot of doubt, but every time I would talk to him, he would just be like, hey, either you gonna let me be who I am, or you gonna try to take this into your own hands. And every time I try to take it into my own hands, it never worked out for me. It never worked out for me. I don't know who particular and this message is for, but just keep holding on and fighting the fight. And I promise it to you, it will work out for itself. I can guarantee it. I'm giving this testimony to show you that, hey, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be some dark days, but the bright ones will definitely outshine the dark ones. Before I close it out, I definitely want to say, check on your strong friends, for sure. Just because they're there, they may not be there. You always want to reach out to those people, those strong individuals who you always depend on, or make sure that they're okay. You just never know what a good morning text or a, hey, I'm just thinking about you call, could do a lot for them. Seriously. I got a couple of those actually, and I'm telling you, they work wonders. But anyway, I want to say thank you for tuning in. My name is Chavius Brooks. I hope you